The science of agriculture, the land, the seeds, and the man.
Agricultural survival.
They have represented me with the worst image, but I know without a doubt that it's because of your lack of knowledge. Foresight, they don't have to see distance. That's why they're living in ignorance. I Selassie, I say, any country that use.
Hi, I'm your host tonight on What Matters at the Roundtable. Stanley West McPherson, July the 17th, 2018. Yep, this year is getting out of here. It ain't waiting for no man. You can call us live. We're in the studio. We're on Pegasus, Channel 13, Spectrum, TV Cable Network. Our area code is 607-272-0319. You might have something to say, or you might want to get in on the discussion tonight. But if you missed tonight, we got a long week of broadcast for you. We got Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. We got Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. We have Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. We have Friday at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday at 1:30 p.m. So you have the whole week. We can work around the schedule. Doesn't matter. We have your time for you, so you can pick it up. But if you don't have cable or Spectrum or Pegasus, Channel 13, you can get to my YouTube channel by going online. Yes, online. And you can see every show in the past and the future. You got it. But guess what? You can have it. Or I can send you a direct link, like I do everybody else around the world. Everybody, I send them a link. Whatever it is, they can get it. Whatever show it is, they can have it. So you can have it as well. Now I want to give out shout outs. I want to shout out people, family members, just to let them know that we think about them, thoughts. Sometimes you can't always get to them, but shout out says a lot. Sunshine, my grandbaby. Storm, my grandson. Also, Sunshine from Baltimore, Maryland. And Rosedal S. from New York, New York. Kendra from New York, New York. Also, Jean from the mall. And we have so many other people. We have Stephaine from Five Below. We have Lorraine from the mall. Ashley from the mall, from the Diamond District. Yes, the Diamond District, yes. So we definitely have people that we just want to let them know that we're thinking about them, we care about them, all those that had birthdays, just to let them know that, hey, have many, many more. Live forever. You know what the word says. That's what we want. We want you to live forever. But in the same token, we want to make sure that people hear and get this message that we're giving people, that we are trying to help here at What Matters at the Roundtable. And also, here with me in the studio, co-host, Milton, Webb. Milton, how you doing?
All right, I've had better days, Stan.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, you're right. But, most times, like things, like you said, medical, all kind of things, you got to take care of yourself. That's it. That's the main thing. So we can do what we need to do to help people.
Right.
So we have to be healthy. We have to be right. And once we get, then we can take care of everything else.
That's right.
But it was a topic that is in the mainstream, and we always tell people about the Constitution. We tell them about these taxes. Name but 2 taxes in the Constitution, and the state, Como, the governor is bringing a lawsuit against IRS. We already told people that. We told people to get a copy of the Constitution, and all them taxes and stuff y'all paying, it's irrelevant. It's not in the Constitution. So everything they're doing, IRS and all them, is unconstitutional. Now they need the governor to tell them that, because the governor is going against lawsuit against IRS. No, listen, they know, because they got a copy of the Constitution. We got a copy. We know what it is. We already telling people.
Yes.
You know, it's like they're finding out now, because what it is they charging people, and then they discriminating on area codes. If you're a Democrat or if you're black, and so they raise your taxes in those areas, because they throw that out to you. They throw that sheet right to you. Oh, your tax bracket is high. They raising the interest rates like crazy. Somebody just sitting behind a desk, I figure they wanted to be high.
You know, Stanley, the whole thing about that is the only reason why they would do stuff like that in the first place is because somebody figured they're not making enough money up in their end.
Right.
Okay, so the first thing people say is, oh, you guys can't say that. But I'm going to tell you what, why do you think your taxes get raised?
Thank you.
Why do you think they're raising your taxes and they're doing all these things? I mean, when it comes right down to it, you're in a poor neighborhood.
That's right.
You're not having all of the success that they're having up there in Beverly Hills.
No, you're not.
They're not getting their taxes raised, but
No.
you're getting your taxes raised. So you sit there and you look at it like, hey, wait a minute. You know, why is this? Like, what's his name? Mr. Forbes?
Yeah.
He said, I pay less taxes than my secretary. And he's a billionaire. Okay, so I mean, like, what is that telling you? So you get a lot of these guys that are billionaires, you know, they go ahead and kick in some money every year about them billions that they got. We wouldn't have to worry about it. We wouldn't have to worry about taxes going
Thank
down
you.
because now they can help us pay these taxes that these people want.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you got to sit there and look at it. You got these facilities that are building stuff on their property.
Right.
Okay? And they're not paying taxes. So who do you think's paying for that?
Yeah.
All right? We are. So when it comes right down to it, all right, if they want to put a building up, we're going to pay the taxes on it.
Thank you.
Nobody didn't ask you.
Nope.
They didn't ask me nothing. They didn't ask him nothing.
They sure did.
So, I mean, like, why my taxes got to be raised? But you're going to come and tell me you're going to raise my taxes. That don't even seem to be right.
And they put it right in the bracket.
Right.
And now they're doing the area code. They put it. They looking at the area codes, and they making sure that when your area code is a flag, and your area code is with high rates here, and high taxes in this area code here, and then they looking at poor blacks. Put them over there. High rates over here, but over here in Beverly Hills and Hollywood, low interest rates. Everything is low here, next to none. But when you get to these area codes, the Democrats, make sure you high interest rates. Everything is high with them. You send out the new tax codes. They pay way more than they make. And this is what they're doing. So now they want to bring lawsuits and stuff like that. Listen, they should have been and did that. What you need to do is get a copy of the Constitution yourself and read this. And I bet you if you read it like you read in a book or a magazine, or reading like you go to school, like when you was in school, you had to read something and just read it, or read it like a dictionary. You'll get some knowledge out of it, and then you will see a lot of stuff that they bring at you, you'll be able to write on a piece of paper and challenge it yourself. That's if you get this in your head, because they don't want you to know the Constitution. Because if you know it, if you knew it, guess what? They wouldn't be doing this stuff. But a lot of people don't know it, so they throw anything at you. You see, it's the people that knows it and using it against them, they won't do that too, because they know where they're going to end up at in court. They don't want that. So they're not going to do that to y'all. They're only going to do it to the people that don't know the Constitution, don't read nothing, got to get a lawyer, got to do this. You better get it yourself, because I'm telling you, all this stuff they're doing is unconstitutional. There's only 2 taxes in that Constitution, and that stuff that they doing ain't in there. Okay, it's not in there. They already got maybe 1,000 tax brackets and all kind of crazy taxes and this on the books. IRS is a gangster. They rob everybody. But don't forget, if you get in the Constitution, you can shut them down too, just like we do. So because we know, because we in the Constitution, and you better get a copy so they can stop robbing you, because they robbing everybody.
Well, you see that, and that's the whole thing, because they're doing it because nobody challenges them.
That's right.
And if you challenge them, the first thing that's going to happen is you get 6 or 7, 10, 12, 15, 20 people, and y'all go sit up in there and y'all say, hey, wait, this ain't on this. Could you show me why I have to pay taxes on this? Why you're taxing me here? Why are you taxing me there? Because in the Constitution it says.
That's right.
All right? They'd have to go with that because that's law.
Thank you.
Now you can make it, they're going to change it when enough people get in there and start talking about it.
Yeah.
Fight that too. Fight that too. Because they have to abide by what's going on.
They're going to have to. You
can't just let them sit there and throw stuff at you and you don't retaliate. Because the more you don't retaliate, the more they're going to bully you.
Thank you.
They're just big bullies.
And that's
taking
what they're
your
doing.
money.
That's what they're doing.
And people go, well, you guys shouldn't say this. You know what? If we don't tell you, who going to tell you? Because they ain't going to tell you.
They ain't going to tell you nothing.
All right? The people can get mad. But they still ain't going to tell you nothing.
No, they not.
So look at what's going on. And all of these poor people, no, let me rephrase that. I said that wrong. All of us poor people, okay, we need to stand together. Because now they're not only just taxing you, they're taxing the whole area code.
That's right.
So that means when you sit there and look at it, look at the people that's in your area code. Blacks, poor whites, Mexicans, Chinese, Italians, Hispanics,
That's right.
Republic Dominican. All right? These are the people that they're taxing in that area code.
Yeah.
So when it comes right down to it, who gave them the right or anything to do that? Because now somebody getting your money. And you're paying money out that you don't know nothing about. How did they do this? Who came up with this scheme for this to happen?
Yeah.
That's what you got to look at. You got to see that. All right? And let them know, hey, look, wait a minute. There is no scheme. Don't let them tell you that.
And they doing it, lying, and they doing it all behind a shield. They're doing it behind the badge. Oh, we the Treasury. This is IRS. Oh, we coming after you. We could take this. We could take that. All they are racketeers with badges. Okay? That's all they are. They're racketeers with badges that say that they could do this. And that ain't in the Constitution at all. So they out. Okay? But see, if you don't know this, then you can't defend this. See, we know this, so we know how to defend it. We know what they're doing, and the Constitution says, no. Just like they don't, they're splitting up children from their parents, and they're sending the parents back to their country. And guess what they're doing with the children? They leaving them here and putting them in foster care with someone else. So you know what that is, right? That's about money. How come the child or the children ain't going back with the parents? How come they all ain't going back on the ship? See? That's when now you know something is wrong. You see? Because they splitting the children up. The mother go back, and the 2 kids going to foster care with somebody else. But she's got a mother. How come she ain't going back with her mother? Because you know what they're doing? They seeing it's a profit. This is what they do. They sell people's children. And this is the government doing this. This is the government. This is the government. This ain't nobody stealing your kid doing that. This is the government doing this. And they're taking the children and putting them in foster care with somebody else and getting money from the state, and the parent is back in her country. Unless she's got good lawyers, which we've seen a couple of lawyers got the parent, brought her back over, and got her kids. And they doing this to a whole bunch of them. And they say, we want to get national attention. And that's what they're doing. And this is immigration services. This is they call ICE, immigration. This is them. This is the people that come and want to get an agency. They want to get a title. They want to get money. So what they do, they mess with you. You see? They mess with you, and they use their badges and send you back to your country and take your children and send them somewhere else. See? Now, this is what I'm telling you. This country is built on immigration. The statue came from France. They try to make it look European, but it came from France. That was an immigrant on that statue. So all of us here that's in this country are immigrants from all over, scattered from all parts of life, all walks of life. We came from everywhere.
You're not American, Native American.
So we ain't a Native American because we ain't the Indians. And guess what? They was the only one here. Okay, so all of us are immigrants. Even those that's trying to get you out are immigrants because they wasn't born. This not their country. The Indians was here. So why are they messing with you? Why are they trying to profit off you? See what I'm saying? If you want to get down to the business, to the real nitty gritty, this is the fact. I'm telling you the real deal. They ain't gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell you. But here, check this out. If you get the Constitution and read this thing like a dictionary, read it like when you was going back to school. Don't worry about trying to figure out everything. Just read it. You need to get it in your head. Because if you get it in your head, you get it here. Absorb it. Then you'll start, all them bills they sending you, all them, tax rate and this, that, you'll know that ain't Constitution because it ain't in there. And if you don't see it in there, they'll stop messing with you because all you will do, you'll get smart. You'll just write a letter to them, say, such and such, according to the Constitution, that is not here. Bang. And I bet you they'll stop messing with you. Because you know why? Because now they know you know. They only mess with people that don't know. They don't mess with us because we know. We know. Constitution, they only messing with people that don't know. And that's a fact. And you can take it from Stanley and Milton. And we telling you from what matters at the Roundtable. So you can do what you want, but I'm telling you who are they messing with. We telling you who they messing with.
Oh, yeah.
We telling you.
For real.
You see the governor, he's challenging them, IRS, because he know the Constitution, you see? And he's using what he know to challenge them in the lawsuit.
And not only that, he's challenging them, but he also wants y'all to vote for him, too. That's exactly why he's doing it.
That's right.
Okay? Because his 2 terms are up.
Yes.
He had 3 terms. Who was he, Teddy Roosevelt?
Thank you.
I mean, when it comes right down to it, yes, they're doing this. And yes, they are taking these people's children and they're putting them in foster care. And then not only then are they putting them in foster care, you know what else they're doing? They send them out to other families.
That's right.
So when they get sent out to another family, you are adopted.
Yes.
Okay? And when you're adopted, you got to have money. So now how is it that the mother and the father get sent back, like Stanley said? Ain't the child an immigrant too?
That's right.
So, I mean, don't they all need to go back, if
Right.
that's what you're trying to say?
Thank you.
So when it comes right down to it, who's breaking the law?
Yes.
Because that's not right. That's not right. Which one of y'all want to be separated from your children?
Thank you.
And then have your children grow up in somebody else's home, you know, out in Arizona.
Right.
You know, don't know you no more.
And it's not even the same language barrier.
Right.
That's the whole thing about it. The people don't even know that's a Hispanic, and you giving them to a Caucasian family
That don't know Spanish.
that don't know. So that's why you know it's the money thing, because they're not putting them with a family that or a relative until the parent can come back over and get her things under control, or she should get a lawyer and then she can come back. And they ain't doing that. They just throwing the kids because that's a money thing. They throwing them with anybody because it's the system, and that's what they do. They break up families just like they want to break that up, and they breaking the law, so they want to break your family up, your children, and these are little kids, you know, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. You know, come on, that's crazy. But you can see what the government is doing. So it ain't got nothing to do with bringing people together. It's tearing them apart and ripping them far away from each other. That's what they're doing. So you better get on the Constitution. You better get a copy of it, and you better study it and read it. I mean, you better have that thing in your pocketbook, in your book bag. You have that thing. I'm telling you, you need to have that, because even when you go out in the street, you need to have that at a pocket. So you, I need to check this out. That's what you need to do sometime. You got to do it. So we see what is going on, you know, and now it's got so dangerous. It's in the opening, you know, that they just out blatantly after you, profiling you, you know, they just or racial profiling you, Hispanic, Dominican. They just racial profiling you, and that's what they do, you know, because they feel that you ain't got what it takes, and that is the money, okay? And that's what it is. Everything boils down to money, because money is a defense, you see? And so if they keep you from getting the money, then you don't have a defense, okay? Because that lady could come back over here if she had money, a defense, you know? And it was good that some of them had lawyers, because the lawyers knew them, and he took their cases and did certain things and got their kids back. But everybody don't have that. They don't have a friend, a lawyer. They don't have money, a defense. See, but we're gonna pick this up. We're gonna stay on this. We're gonna bring this back, because we know that IRS is, you know, they passed their bridges. I tell you who they are. They're gangsters and they racketeers, and they're using a badge and try to scare you. Talking about they'll take this, they'll take your house, they take your car, they do this and that. If you don't pay this, they do it all on the television. They try to do it on the phone, try to call you or scare you. That's what they are. I'm telling you who they are. What you need to know is accept who they are and get in the Constitution so you can stop it. And that's our time, see? Around here, that's how time goes. But we'll see you again to let you know that we on the job for you to get you out of poverty. And that's what we do. And we're going to continue on doing that. Okay? We'll see you next week. Good night.
Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know, see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food Africa in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get Ghetto youths, take this message from this Rasta man. I and I study. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food happy in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era than then. After election, them cut them one. Ghetto youths, take this message from this Rasta man. I and I study. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food happy in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era than then. After election, them cut them one. Ghetto youths, take this message from this Rasta man. I and I study. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food happy in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era than then. After election, them cut them one. Ghetto youths, take this message from this Rasta man. I and I study. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. You know see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food happy.
I'm your host on What Matters at the Roundtable, Stanley McPherson. Not a minimum wage, not any other kind of wage, but a living wage. Our broadcast schedules are Sunday at 7:30 a.m., Tuesday, 7:30 p.m., Wednesday, 1:30 p.m., Thursday, 7:30 a.m., Friday, 7:30 p.m., and Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Get on the train.
Y'all have a good night. See you later.